Well, it's certainly been a while, but this is going to be your video report here for the Wednesday college card. And I'm going to try to be here for throughout this month of March and give you complimentary plays for college basketball action. Hi, everyone. Al DeMarco here, General Manager, DeMarcosports.com. You'll have to excuse the voice. I have a bad case of asthma, and the meds that I take rob me of my voice because of the steroids in it. As for the hat, no, I'm not a Yankees fan, but that's another story for another day. So, with that being said, let's get to your complimentary plays. The one thing I can tell you about the college conference tournaments, however, two words of advice. One, if you have not paid attention to the Atlantic Sun, the Big Sky, the Mid American Conference, etc., some of the smaller conferences, or even some of the bigger conferences from the Big West to even the Big Ten, well, now is not the time after 5 months of action to suddenly jump into those conferences and think that you're going to win. That just doesn't happen. Listen, even myself, I follow all these teams and I can't even tell you some of these small conferences what's going on. So they are just stay away games. The other thing, most of these tournaments are being played at neutral sites. When you hear neutral, just think road game because that's what it is. And if a team has not played well on the road all season, that doesn't necessarily mean suddenly, oh, it's a neutral site game and they're suddenly going to perform. If it's not at home, it's a road game. The other caveat to that, however, is that not every neutral site is equal. One of the games I'm going to talk about today, Vanderbilt. It's being played at the Bridgestone Arena in Nashville. Gee, what a home court advantage for Vanderbilt, considering that the Bridgestone Arena is about 10 minutes from their campus. Neutral site? Not exactly. So, with that being said, those are your warnings, and let's get to your complimentary plays. And I'll run these in reverse chronological order for you. First game I want to take a look at is going to be UNLV minus 12 and a half at home. Yes, at home against Airport, because this game, the Mountain West Conference, of course, is being played at the Thomas and Mack Center. Now, UNLV has a couple of injuries that are very significant that you should be aware of because they're going to be without their starting backcourt. They have been without one of their starting guards, Thomas, who averages team leading 15.6 points a game now. He's going to miss his fifth straight game, but they lost their other starting guard. Uh, I think his last name is pronounced Rishwan. Hopefully, I got that right. Who averages 9.2 points, 3.5 rebounds a game. He suffered a knee injury in the closing regular season game against New Mexico. Now, neither one of them are going to be playing tonight, but it's against Air Force. And Air Force is just a bad team. 4-27 straight up this season, 1-19 in Mountain West play. They have lost each of their last six tournament games versus the odds makers, 10-21 against the spread, 7-17 as a dog. They have lost 20 of their last 21 games coming into the tournament. Their only win came at home against Fresno by 3 points. Fresno is the only team that finished ahead of them in the Mountain West standings, and Fresno is 6-25 straight up and 2-18 straight up in the Mountain West this season. And since beating Fresno, they lost by 22 at home to Colorado State, by 21 at New Mexico, by 23 at home to Boise, by 40 at Utah State. Now, granted, those are your top four teams in that conference, or top 4 out of 5, I should say. But of their 19 conference losses, 14 of them have been by margins of more than 14 points. That's why I have no qualms with laying the big number with UNLV, who prior to the 81-67 loss at New Mexico on Friday, which means they closed the regular season on a 6-2 stretch. In the previous 7 games, UNLV had been playing some pretty damn good defense, giving up an average of only 59.1 points. And they had beaten at home San Diego State and Nevada. So that's why, again, I'm going to go with UNLV in this spot. On your afternoon card, I am going to take Vanderbilt At home, minus 2.5 points. Again, at home meaning 10 minutes away from their college campus. I'm going to go with Vandy today, minus 2.5 against Texas. These teams are close, and Vanderbilt won at home February 5th, 88-78, a 51-point second half against the Longhorns, who, of course, are coming off their worst regular season since the 2016-17 campaign. Rodney Terry probably going to lose his job here. 17-14 overall, 6-12 in the SEC. They lost 7 of their final 9 games. How they beat Mississippi State and Kentucky is beyond me. I don't think they're going to win enough games here to make their 5th straight big dance appearance. But I like Vandy here. And the key to Vandy's win on February 5th was their ability to crash the boards, because they certainly didn't shoot well, only 43 or 42.3%, but 17 offensive rebounds against Texas turned them into 25 second chance points. And defensively, they did a good job on Texas, holding the Longhorns to 41.7% from the field. Trey Johnson, the outstanding freshman who is, won the SEC scoring title, 20.2 points average per game. He had a decent game at Vandy in that one. Had, I think, 15 points and 5 assists and 5 rebounds. I find it interesting, though, that he is coming off the season finale, which was at home against Oklahoma, which the Longhorns lost 76-72. 0 for 14 from the field in that game. So again, I'm going to go with Vanderbilt here, minus the 2.5. Those are your 2 complimentary plays today. And guys, I will talk to you again soon. Good luck, everybody.